For today's Cyber CEO episode,
the tasks are mainly our database. She's done a lot of scoop tracing of finding missing information that we had. She's created smart plans for us, did email campaigns for us, and then she manages our entire social media. And she does a lot of our event planning, like when we have to, she creates the flyers and all that graphics. She's really good at that. She's very well-rounded. She does a lot for us. Just her attitude is phenomenal. She's very positive, very friendly, she's just joy.
Welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. David, how are you doing today?
Great. Very good. Oh, thank you.
All right.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. And we really appreciate you dropping by. I know you have a lot of things to do. Really appreciate you being here on the show. Now,
of course.
To start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in the business, David?
So David Raffinengo, I'm a team leader for a small team here at Keller Williams. Just myself and 2 agents, and of course our Cyberbacker. And we have a transaction coordinator that we pay per transaction. That's kind of the size of our team.
Okay. So how long have you been in the real estate business?
I've been doing real estate for now 22 years. So I've been in the business for a while.
Gosh, a lot of experience right there. 22 years. Now, how about working with someone virtual, just like what you're doing now with Cyberbacker? Is this your first time?
First time. I've always been very hesitant. The whole concept of virtual assistants is not new, but I've heard a lot of people using virtual assistants, and it was always kind of a foreign concept to me. I never really thought of giving it a try.
Oh, so if you don't mind me asking, what were your biggest fears about working with someone virtual then?
I think it's just because of my personality and kind of how I wanted to start my team. I'm very much a hands-on. I'm a hugger. I'm a giving love kind of person, right? So I love teaching. I love mentoring, and I always felt like that piece would get lost at a distance, right? The human aspect would get lost at a distance. And that was mainly my biggest fear, my biggest hesitation.
Okay. So in relation to that, then, how was the transition? Was it a big change for you then? Now you're working with someone who's virtual.
A lot better than I ever expected. A lot better. Just the idea of considering a cyberbacker. At first, it was just, let's have a conversation to see if this is even something I would consider, and it turned into something honestly far beyond what I ever expected. Honestly, the connection, the human aspect of connection has been fabulous.
All right, that's good to know. Now, how were you introduced to Cyberbacker anyway?
I had heard about Cyberbacker in our office, and then last year at Family Reunion, our Keller Williams Family Reunion, I attended a class or a session about leverage, and Cyberbacker was there, very present, and they were talking about it. So it kind of started. That's where I kind of started scratching my head of there's a lot of people apparently using Cyberbacker. So maybe this is something I should maybe look into. So the more, and then of course after that, I started hearing more people in our office that were using Cyberbacker. So it really kind of got me curious.
So that's where it all started. All right.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk more about your experience with Cyberbacker then. First off, the hiring process. How did that experience go for you?
The hiring process was pretty spectacular. I got to tell you, that was probably my very first first impression of how well-oiled machine Cyberbacker is. From the very beginning, I was super impressed because first of all, from the very beginning, from Diana, from from the very first contact, the expectations were very clear, and of how the hiring process was going to work, and bringing on a group of, I can't remember, but there had to be at least 38, 30 cyberbackers on the screen on a Zoom call. They presented me to them of like what I was looking for. They basically raised their hand of who would be interested in the role of that I was looking for. Out of that group, like a smaller group was interested, and then the Cyberbacker team kind of chose from that group what they thought were the best fit for what I was looking for. So they kind of narrowed it down from 30 to probably like 25 to a group of 4 or 5 cyberbackers that I could kind of review in detail their resume and their background and everything, all that, and got a chance to speak to them one-on-one in a Zoom call. So, and then from there went down to 2, and then so it was and all this happened within like 2 days. Quick. So it was it was something that you would think would take like weeks to get done. It happened in 2 days. I had chosen a cyberbacker. It was really, really very smooth, very extremely efficient process, extremely efficient.
Yeah, that's why Cyberbacker is here again, to save you as much time as possible, of course. Now, talk to me about your Cyberbacker then, your current Cyberbacker. How did you make the final decision that, hey, I want to work with this Cyberbacker, I want to partner up with her?
So that's interesting. I think that's what makes, I think, Cyberbacker very unique, is that every person that needs a cyberbacker, you have so many options. Every team is different. Every team leader is different and looking for different functions or different personalities.
True.
I am very much, my focus as a team leader is very much about hiring the heart and training everything else. So it was more important not so much for someone to be super efficient at a task. To me, it was very important to hire a good human being. Not that the others were not, they were all great candidates, but I was really focused on looking at that because I needed that person to really connect with us as a team. I need that person when they're creating our smart plans, our email campaigns. I want them to speak the same love language, the same team language that we speak, coming from the heart. So that was really important. And that's where I think what we saw in our cyberbacker, Joy. She is truly a joy to work with. Her name is Joy. And she's a joy to work with. And that's what we hired. We hired the heart, and we're training everything else. And I think we made an incredible decision because she's exactly part of that. Our Viva Nova. Viva Nova is the name of my team. She's part of our Viva Nova family now.
There we go. One team, one family, of course. Now, I forgot to ask earlier. How long have you been working with Joy, by the way?
It's been almost 3 months. In 3-4 days, it will be 3 months working. 90 days. So it's been 90 days. We've incredible connection, working extremely well together. Yeah, we've made a lot of progress in our fundamentals of foundation building in our team with her. So she's been really, really good.
That's just excellent to hear. Awesome to hear, of course. Now, more about Joy then. What are the tasks that you ask her to do every day?
So my biggest, something I can't stress enough about, and I don't know if you'll ask me further about this, but I can touch on this now. For any listeners that are considering Cyberbacker, I think one piece that's fundamental from our side to have is a clear picture, right, of what those tasks are going to be. And coming up with a very clear 30, 60, 90 day was crucial, right? Because that's what we revisit that almost on a weekly basis on like, okay, where do we stand? What do we need to touch on this month? What do we need to work on understanding better so you can help me better, or help our team better? So the tasks are mainly our database, really doing a cleanup. She's already done these things, but a cleanup of our database, really just fine tuning. She's done a lot of scoop tracing of finding missing information that we had. She's created smart plans for us, did email campaigns for us. So all the database piece, she's tagged our entire database, so we know who to call every day and the task at hand every day. She reminds us of what we need to do, and then she manages our entire social media for us as well. All our postings she's doing constantly. She's already 3 steps ahead of what she's posting today, tomorrow. She runs it by me. Are you okay if I post this? I think only once or twice I said I wasn't really happy with what she was going to post, because once again, it's all about like matching what we are as a team and the local information. But she's dead on. She understands what she needs to do. And she does a lot of our event planning. Like when we have to, she creates the flyers and all that, graphics. She's really good at that. And doing the email campaigns for our events and invitations and things like that. So she's very well-rounded. She does a lot for us.
So basically, she's almost everywhere in the business then, almost.
She's almost touching everywhere. I joke around that she has access to everything except my bank account, but she has access to absolutely every single login of any CRM or any command, of course, and DocuSign and my Google Calendar. She knows exactly where I am at every time.
It's amazing to hear that just in the span of the first 90 days, you're already trusting her enough, and she's already helping in a ton of ways. So my next question is something related to that, the partnership that you have with Joy. So since this is your first time, for sure, some of our listeners might be going through the same thing. First time working with someone virtual. How did you create a strong and successful partnership with your Cyberbacker, David?
I think it goes back to, for me personally, to answer that question is very much like how we are as a team. We are very family, kind of like we're the family away from family kind of mentality. And to me personally as a team leader, that's very important. Sure. And it was very important for me and I talked to my team about this. I say, you guys, I was telling my team, I say, you have to understand, Joy is halfway across the world. She's working 12, 13 hours ahead of us. So she starts working at 9 in the morning, our time. It's 9 p.m. her time. She's probably home alone. By the time she's working overnight, she's alone in a room, right? Dark and not, in silence, everyone's quiet, right? So I try to make them understand, like, this is their environment. We need to make her feel loved, welcomed, right? So I think it's putting that part of us and understanding and having the empathy of like, okay, yes, they're helping, the Cyberbacker is helping us, but realizing there's a human being back there that's doing a lot of work, a lot of solitary work, right?
Yeah.
They're not in an office, like surrounded by a lot of people. So it's like understanding that, I think is really important, and just making them feel like part of the team. I shared this with Joy kind of on accident, but if it's okay, I can share.
Sure.
I know we're not, I want to be sensitive to showing a picture of Joy, but I can just kind of glance if it's okay. But I have pictures of my kids right there. I have pictures of my kids and a picture that Joy sent me with her parents.
Oh.
Right. So she's part of our family. And I think that's crucial to making everything work. Because if they feel that connection with you, they're going to work harder for you. They're going to connect better, and understanding what works for her, so we can adapt and she can help us better, right? So it's not just all about us. It's not just about what we need. It's I think it's a two-way street and I think it works in any team, any kind of dynamic. There needs to be a two-way dynamic, right? As a team leader, I'm a firm believer that you have to have a servant heart. True. You have to lead by example and have that servant heart and care about your people.
100% agree with you there. I think one of the keywords that you mentioned there was to connect with your Cyberbacker, because again, even though they're thousands of miles away, there's still a person behind that computer, behind those tasks that are getting done. Right. So really have to connect with that person as well. Awesome. Now, one last thing. For sure, Joy is going to be able to listen and watch this once we have this online. So we would like to know, what do you like most about Joy, your Cyberbacker? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Her never-ending willingness to just always be there to help in whatever. There's never ever a negative attitude. There's never she could do something, spend all day working on a task, and you say, no, we need to do it this way. Her attitude is, okay, no worries, we'll redo it. It's this constant attitude of whatever it takes to please us. She clearly understands that we're her client, but she also feels like part of the family. But just her attitude is phenomenal. She's very positive, very friendly, she's just joy.
Just joy right there. I love that. Again, David, First off, we're very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, thank you very much for dropping by today. I hope this isn't the last time that we get to do this.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Glad to be on.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.